It's a tiny shop in the middle of Kansas.
This one's pretty much done.
That turns out more purely electric cars than any other place in the U.S. Not hybrids, plug in for an overnight charge, never buy gasoline again.
I'm just trying to get these into common guy, working guy's hands so he can go back and forth to work.
Owner Wayne Alexander says he's just a guy who likes to tinker.
And it just slides on. That's it.
With no formal training in engineering, he built his first electric car in 1974 from parts salvaged from an old forklift and wants to make EVs, or electric vehicles, mainstream.
Some people drive a lot, some people drive a lot less, but that's the national average, 18 miles. So why would you need a vehicle to drive back and forth to work that needs, or you want, 400-mile range on it?
I didn't step on it very hard. Did you feel the torque?
Wichita, Kansas chemistry professor Steve Jacobs had Alexander convert his old Volkswagen Thing to purely electric. 800 pounds of lead-acid batteries, a motor the size of a sleeping bag, and several hundred feet of wire later, Jacobs' old VW can now go about 60 miles between charges, the top speed over 100 miles an hour.
Just for kibitzing around town, running to the store, doing that, it's so stupid to drag around 6,000 pounds of steel with you to go get a loaf of bread and use up a half a gallon of gas.
There's nothing new, of course, about electric vehicles.
40 years ago, this chunk of the Today Show was dedicated to showing off the latest in electric vehicles.
These aren't golf carts or little dodgem vehicles. These are real cars that actually operate on the streets.
Absolutely. That vehicle there can tear rubber if it wants to.
It will get new wheels, new tires.
These two trucks are headed to Florida and Washington State as soon as the final parts come in.
It'll have everything the original car had, except it's not going to use any gas anymore. It'll never see another gas station. I'm sorry to say that, but that's the drawback with owning an electric vehicle. You never buy gas. When people say, what did you do with your life? And I could say, without any ego, I tried to make a difference. I mean, I'm doing something politicians aren't doing. I'm actually making something happen.
Al Hinkle, NBC News, Newton, Kansas.